Greetings, hello, and a very warm welcome to the channel. The sun is hiding and the magpie is casting. Coming to you guys right now with week 2 of the ESL Homeworld Deserts of Karak tournament action. You're joining us right here in the semi-finals. That's the round of 4 for game 1 of this best of 3 between A-Gamer-Anx, who will be playing as the Galzian Forces, and TM's Rarikar, who will be playing as the Coalition Forces. The map here is going to be Coalition Teeth, so this is a very small, close, brutal map. Yeah, look to see this map is kind of characterized by sudden, vicious attacks and very decisive combat. Also, as the game sort of moves into the sort of late and mid-game, the carriers sort of, let me see here. So the carriers can't actually move over these like high areas of sand here, so the carriers, once upgraded, will have to sort of budge their way up through here. It's almost like a sort of a track. They can either go forwards or back, but there's no sort of room for flanking or anything like that with carriers. So it's a reasonably interesting sort of trait, I suppose, to this map. So, spawning in the north here, we have the Galzian Forces of A-Gamer-Anx. Here they are. Spawning in the south, we have the Coalition Forces of Rarikar, who I'm probably just going to call Car. And it looks like A-Gamer is moving out for his customary little push here with his production cruiser, which he is wont to do. The sand skimmer research, the sand skimmer fabrication research has now finished, and you can see he's now producing these little sand skimmers as they are coming on out of his production carrier. It looks like he's going to be utilizing them for his early assault here. And a number of LAVs, that's light assault vehicles here, coming out for the Coalition, and we're going to have our first fight here. Now, if he's not paying attention, Kara is going to lose his first light attack vehicle, possibly here, because this is 2v1, there's 2 sand skimmers here. The other light assault vehicles are closing, and it looks like actually this LAV may well escape. The carrier here coming in to support, no power presently in weapons for Kara, and it looks like he's gonna, he maintains his, that LAV, that is going to survive, and I know that this looks like very small things, but it kind of makes a very big difference at this stage in the game. Now, the 2 sand skimmers here for A-Gamer-Anx, they are going to survive and fall back. Remember, in the last patch, the regeneration rate on these sand skimmers was reduced, so they now take a lot longer to regenerate outside of combat. Now, up to 5 sand skimmers here is A-Gamer-Anx. Looks like we've got 4 light assault vehicles here. Producing additional salvagers behind this is A-Gamer-Anx. You can see them up here salvaging in the north, so it looks like both players more or less keeping pace on resources. Looks like here Car in the south is doing something similar. The artifacts are about to spawn, so it seems like the base runner in this position here for A-Gamer-Anx is going to be able to pick one of those up shortly. He's also making use of the top of this sand dune here to get the damage bonus. You can see by these blue pluses is being applied, and he's going to pick off an LAV here. A nice little pick off there for A-Gamer-Anx. The balance of power beginning to change, and this LAV has still not been repaired actually. There's a base runner, the base runner can't repair for Coalition, but the carrier is here, so if he puts power into repairs, there we go, now he has power into repairs, so that LAV is now going to start repairing. The sand skimmer's here on the prowl. Looks like he might look for a salvager here. Base runner has constructed a base runner turret. That's what you just heard and saw firing there. That base runner turret will kill sand skimmers very quickly, so A-Gamer-Anx has to respect that. That is significant amounts of area control here for the Coalition player. Now let's just zoom out here and make sure we're not missing anything. 2 sand skimmers going to be escorting the base runner, which is getting the artifact out here for A-Gamer-Anx, which means he's going to take the advantage in the artifact stakes. And good God, can we just say, it's really good to be back casting Deserts of Karak and back on my home PC where we have the smooth frame rate and everything is just really nice. Because this game is fast-paced, man. And like the micro is absolutely crucial, the tech tree is absolutely, this is a tight RTS, you know, like honestly, I really do feel like, you know, given another few months of balancing, or even it's very close now to being as good as StarCraft 2, and that is saying such a lot. I know it only has 2 factions, but anyway. There goes that first artifact score. 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 to A-Gamer-Anx is going to be the initial change in this. Armored assault vehicles are now on the field. Those will be able to fend off and police the sand skimmers here. There we go, ba-ba-bam. Remember, anything being shot at by an armored assault vehicle, you just saw it just there, gets suppressed and slowed down considerably, so they really are very effective counters against the sand skimmers. But look, we've already got assault ships here for A-Gamer-Anx coming out, and those are going to be able to, pow, just hoon in with the laser cannons. And you can see these 2 units just exchanging fire here in the middle of the desert. Let's just zoom out quickly. One of the base runners here for Car is transporting one of the artifacts here, the westernmost one, out to his extraction site. There's also a few LAVs for him on patrol. An assault ship looks like it's been tasked with intercepting that, but I doubt it'll be fast enough. Now the assault ship and the sand skimmers here are going to take a dive and try and knock out this armored assault vehicle, and it looks like they will be able to get that. There we go, popping smoke before it dies. And A-Gamer Ranks secures his second artifact, which means it's presently 2-0, probably shortly to be 2-1 as soon as this base runner here enters the extraction site here for Car. Now let's just take a look at the economic situation behind this. Another production cruiser is now moving out to the second resource extraction site here, this wreckage here. It's got a number of salvages, so that is going to be online. Car is going to scout this right now, so he knows all about this second resource operation, which he himself is unable to match. He does not have a support cruiser out on the field yet. So let's see, let's check the balance of power here. 1, 2, 3 armored assault vehicles, but these salvages here for Car are being unable to harvest resources. There we go, now they're going to go to do it. Those armored assaults are going to secure this area to prevent the sand skimmers from stopping these resource extractors from doing their thing. Now, here come the we've got 2 assault ships here for the Galzian player A-Gamer, and actually this base runner going to get caught out here for Car. The heavy laser cannons on this assault ship making big holes in the side of that base runner. Here comes some LAVs to try and help, but they don't really counter the assault ship very well. I feel like if A-Gamer was microing, he could have picked off the weakened one there, but you know, he can't be everywhere at once. Here come the sand skimmers. They're just going to come through for a dive here. A-Gamer getting super ballsy. He's going to commit. Car shifts weapon power into his shifts his carrier power into weapons, but he stands to lose some logistics modules, possibly salvages. No, looks like A-Gamer gonna just fall back here, losing 1 sand skimmer on the way out. Meanwhile, a fight in mid as the LAVs try to do a number on A-Gamer's Galzian base runner. It's not gonna be enough. There are 3 assault ships in the hood. That base runner isn't even close to dying, and in fact these light assault vehicles aren't even shooting because of this intervening. You can see the line of sight being blocked by this sand dune here. And so 2-1 the score right now. These sand skimmers on the left here for A-Gamer still doing okay, still harassing. Looks like 2 of them have been shot down, judging by the wreckage here. And those armored assault vehicles looking to secure the area and push them back. Now, I do worry for a Car that his economy is insufficient, but right now there are 2 railguns in a very nice position. You can see by using this high ground on top of this sand dune, they are actually able to see into the middle of the map, so that was a really nice position there, but now they're going to have to fall back. Their line of sight has been interrupted. The sand skimmers are going to try and overrun. Remember, sand skimmers super effective against railguns, and there we go. He's going to pick off a railgun now. The vultures are circling here as A-Gamer is striking with all his might. If he picks off this second railgun, it looks like he's not actually going to get that second railgun. I think he really wanted that one. That would have been a lovely pickup, but he's not going to get it. The 2 assault ships here are going to stay. He might try and get the base runner. Meanwhile, a fight developing over here in the west. 1 assault ship being pursued here by 2 armored assault vehicles. That's a fight that Car should take if A-Gamer does nothing else, but you have to think he will. A-Gamer, meanwhile, as well, securing this artifact here in mid, so it looks like he's going to try and make it 3-1 shortly. A lot of units need repairing, and there's still no support cruiser here for Car. This is devastating. He has the resources to build a support cruiser right now, and I really think he should do that. There we go. I think the support cruiser, yeah, it's just now on the production queue. My god, Homeworld Deserts of Karak is a fast and action-packed game. It's just so sweet. I love this game. So anyway, little skirmish here, an armored assault vehicle in the wrong place, I think. This railgun going to be coming to support, but this railgun is in no fit shape. This assault ship can take them both, and it's got a buddy, actually. So he's going to lose an armored assault vehicle and a railgun unless he pays attention here very quickly. Oh, he loses the railgun. He's probably going to lose the base runner. And I think things are just falling apart here. Too many plates to spin for Car, and A-Gamer all too keen to start shoving them off and, you know, smashing them plates. The Car has to keep spinning. That's a most bizarre analogy. Good work, Magpie. Good work. But anyway, here comes a wing of sand skimmers. They are just marauding through right now. Looks like they want the base runner, and they're probably going to be able to get it. There are a number of armored assault vehicles beginning to pick them down, actually. A couple of sand skimmers getting picked off. A-Gamer might have to check this aggression just for a moment. Like, there's definitely blood in the water, but that doesn't just mean you can swim in nose first with everything. A-Gamer, meanwhile, behind this, look at him, what a macro machine. He's harvesting off his 3rd resource extraction site. He's harvesting fully off his 2nd. He's harvesting fully off his 3rd. And I don't know what the tech is going to be from him. Unfortunately, I can't check because of the way the replay interface works in this game. I can only check the tech of the Coalition player. But yeah, things looking pretty scary right now for Car. Now, his support cruiser is out. Looks like he's going to send that over here to increase the amount of resources he's gaining. That's like step 1. He has a number of assault vehicles, so you know, A-Gamer can't just rampage in here with his sand skimmers for the win. The assault vehicles prevent that. He needs a couple of railguns, perhaps, and also pretty much any air unit from A-Gamer from the Galzian forces is going to be a hard time. But look at that. A-Gamer secures another artifact. That is now 4-1. That is like game point here. So it is all on Car now to prevent A Gamer from extracting a single additional artifact. Now there is one up here in the west, but that is the furthest one, so I imagine A Gamer is going to rally his base runner here perhaps. Looks like here comes a move out though from Car, and I don't know how well advised this is. This base runner is so weak, and I have to say, Car actually has been a little remiss about repairing his units. I know it's been very difficult this game for him, and I know he hasn't necessarily had the opportunity or the time to do so, but I don't know, like, you really need to repair your units, basically. I mean, like, this base runner is basically a freebie. The armored assault ships here are going to detect this move out. A Gamer's going to respect it for now, acknowledging that he is outnumbered and not wanting to get snared down too badly by the cannons on these armored assault ships. Actually, looks like he's going to bring in the other two assault ships here. Here comes a massive wing of sand skimmers. Now, where are these guys heading? Looks like, okay, perhaps A Gamer realizes that all of the armored assault vehicles are here, so he can backstab with the sand skimmers now, and it looks like that is what he is up to. Look at this, he even has a sand skimmer over here, so he knows that the Coalition player is not mining from his third resource point. Fantastic recon there. The carrier now coming into action here for A Gamer. Looks like he's got reasonable amounts of power in weapons. 3 in weapons, 2 in range, 2 in speed. So this carrier, pretty mobile and a pretty nasty threat right now. Going to be forging on forwards here. Taking names, kicking ass, chewing bubblegum. But he's all out of gun. And yeah, this is a pretty spicy move here from A Gamer. Now, where's that base runner? Is he extracting an... no, he's not extracting an artifact right now, but... oh, man, a railgun in support over here up in the north. Just chewing through these armored assault vehicles, and Car here in a brutal position. I don't know how he's ever going to stop this base runner. A Gamer here, a man who, let me just say once again, I have played on the ladder in this game. I got smashed by it. It was a long time ago now, but I played him like 2 or 3 times, I think. But I got absolutely smashed. He is a very talented player, and it is nice to see him performing well in this ESL. I mean, he's already in the semi-finals here, and it looks like game 1 in this best of 3 is going to be locked up here. This carrier aggression is just brutal. This really just shuts the door. And if he parks the carrier here, that's essentially checkmate, because the base runner can just hide behind the carrier and secure the final artifact, and that will be that. So let's just zoom out here. Looks like Car going to try and sneak an artifact. A Gamer just says no. Comes across with all of his sand skimmers. Badoom! There goes that base runner. Smashes into the sand in a giant dusty, fiery explosion. Look how many railguns this guy has! A Gamer up to 8 railguns now. I wonder if that's a bit of an overcommitment, actually. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but that is a lot of railguns, to be sure. Car realizes his plight. He knows he has to commit all of his forces to defending A Gamer's extraction site, because an artifact exiting into this location will be GG. So Car realizes that he has to defend this area, but there are railguns. The carrier is in the hood, mopping everything up with its chain guns. The railguns taking long-range shots here, and the railguns for A Gamer outnumbering the railguns for Car here. So it is going to be a pretty brutal fight, yeah. And Car, he has seen enough. No more, he says. He's ready to move on to game 2. It is now 1-0 here between A Gamer Ranks and Car. Game 2 coming shortly. Greetings and a very warm welcome back to the channel. This is game 2 in semi-finals A between A Gamer Ranks and TM's Rari Car. The map here is going to be Taurine Crater, so a bit of a bigger map. Let's see, quick recap, I suppose. Spoilers, if you haven't watched game 1 of the series, go back and watch that one first. But yeah, A Gamer Ranks taking game 1 in typical A Gamer style, applying pressure right from the very start, moving out with his production carrier, coming across the map, and just evacuating artifact after artifact behind his wall of aggression. And it seemed like there was very little that Car could do. He was remiss about repairing a couple of his units, and he also lost a few too many, just armored assaults here and there, just a couple of light assault vehicles, and also, for my money, his support cruiser was very, very delayed, so A Gamer was already mining off of all 3 of his resource points, whilst Car here was still trying to set up his second. So just A Gamer just marshalling the game, and it just fantastically in that first game. Now, looks like a change of tactics. I don't think I have ever seen A Gamer... Oh, hang on, wait. Is he really thinking about mining with this support cruiser? Surely not. No, okay. He's just brought his support cruiser over here so that when it produces its first resource, its first salvager, it'll come out in this direction, I guess? Because A Gamer, basically, he always sends out his production cruiser every single game to go and be aggressive. So, yeah, no surprises. He's doing that same thing here. That is what we expect from him. So, yeah, Taurine Crater, a bigger map. You can see the artifact extraction sites, one here, one here, one here. Hopefully, this game could go longer. Light assault vehicles already now coming out. There's a lot of light assault vehicles, actually. That's like 4 or 5 light assault vehicles, and there are no sand skimmers. Okay, the sand skimmers are just now beginning here. But I don't think A-Gamer wants to be aggressive. Look, the production cruiser is actually moving back, and his sand skimmers are very much delayed. I wish I could check his tech, because I would love to know right now if he's researched production cruiser refinery mode. The way this production cruiser is moving back makes me think he's researching an early refinery mode, so he's going for a macro opening, which I've literally never seen. A sand skimmer here is going to detect the number of light assault vehicles that are out on the field here, so A-Gamer knows that there's a reasonable enemy force that he's going to have to respect out there. Seemingly, Carr has moved out into the middle of the map here because there was no, the aggression he was expecting didn't arrive, so he's just using these light assault vehicles to be his eyes. I think at this stage in the game, I wouldn't mind him splitting them. Just put one here, one here, one here, one here, or even here, and then you get this nice wide sensor map. I don't think you're ever going to take a fight with this group of sand skimmers, and I think LAVs. Although I suppose because they're slower than sand skimmers, yeah, you can't really do that because a mob of sand skimmers can outrun and just kill your light assault vehicles one by one. So maybe that's something you can't do. Anyway, Carr here going to take out the scanner, and that's going to just work away at A-Gamer Ranks' line of sight. Look at A-Gamer just pulling back the weakened sand skimmers that are being focused. There he goes. We're just pulling them back. Very savvy play, just like Mutalisk Micro in StarCraft, or possibly Immortal Micro now with their new barriers. You just pull back the weakened one each time.
Armored assault online.
And
light attack
armored assault vehicles are now being produced here for Carr.
Green line confirmed.
Oh, his full name is Rari Karak, which it doesn't. Oh, on the loading screen. Okay, I'm going to call him Karak. Sorry about that.
Armored assault operation.
Sorry about that. On the loading screen, it seems there's a character limit, so I was just calling him Carr, but his name is actually Rari Karak. That is certainly not how you pronounce that, and I most certainly apologise to you, good sir, for the butchering which I am applying to your screen name. But that's just the way I see it, I'm afraid. Anyway, looks like we've got five sand skimmers here, looking down here at the 5 assault vehicles. Remember, these assault vehicles do not self-repair. Light assault vehicles have superior range, though, so they can kite to some extent against sand skimmers. So, the pros and cons of the two different races are very well balanced. Remember, of course, all of the coalition units also have superior sensor range, line of sight, as compared to the Gaussian ones. So. Anyway, here comes the armored assault vehicle, going to be the spearhead here. 2 of them actually coming in now. And it looks like Carr actually looking to get a little aggressive. Now, A-Gamer, what the? A-Gamer, this is, I think, the first time I've ever seen him not use or not manufacture an early base run. Yeah, look, he's produced a second. Look, 2 production cruisers here from A-Gamer. He's going turbo macro, so this production cruiser is essentially going to be his 3rd base once it gets down here and starts mining. A-Gamer here, looking to take this one to a macro game, foregoing his usual early aggression. Looks like the sand skimmers here getting forced up against the edge of the map. They're going to have to choose in a second if they want to commit to going round or fall back over here. I like trying to run by because that prevents your opponent from being able to focus on the attack. He's going to have to send some forces back to defend if you sneak your sand skimmers back over here. But the sand skimmers actually get pinned against the edge of the map. The armored assaults here, they should focus down this weakened one. He can probably pick it off. Yeah, he's going to get 2 of these sand skimmers, so that's actually quite nice here for Karak. He actually begins to erode away at the forces of A-Gamer, but look at this. Karak basically mining off 1.5 bases, because he's mining off this base and long-distance mining off this wreckage here. Compare that to the economy of A-Gamer. A-Gamer has 3 bases, just almost fully mining. This second base actually not quite saturated. He needs 3 more salvages to work that base. But holy spoons, like the production, the economy here for A-Gamer is about to get out of control. Now these armored assaults doing their best to kind of harass here, and they're doing okay, but the carrier can brush that aside if he wants. And let's see, where are the sand skimmers right now? Okay, they're just kind of waddling around in position. Here comes, okay, I like this little side poke here from, this is a very nicely composed side poke here for Karak. He comes in here with 3 LAVs and an armored assault here, which might be enough to harass down a salvage. It looks like he's going to focus salvages, and I like this actually. Boom, yeah, he's going to get them. Because this production cruiser is going to continue making defenses here. You see it's continuing to make sand skimmers. So this attack will die, but he's getting a few salvages for his money. So he is beginning to punish this overly economic opening here from A-Gamer Ranks, and that is necessary. Still no movement on any of the artifacts. Both players content here to just ride into their tech tree and see where this game goes if they play it long.
Underway. Green line confirmed.
Still just an armored assault vehicle and sand skimmer tech here for A-Gamer. I suppose he doesn't particularly need anti-air because the production cruisers have reasonable anti-air, as does the carrier, and at the moment he's only holding this area on his doorstep. Now, the coalition forces here, Karak is going to have to fall them back as the 3 assault ships are going to outmuscle the 2 light assault vehicles and the armored assault.
Green line confirmed.
Those are units which all have the word assault in their name. Ugh.
Move order confirmed.
Anyway, over here, a little sand skimmer going to dance against an LAV. That's a fight which one-on-one the LAV will take every time, so I'm guessing if A-Game is paying attention, he should pull that one back at some point, but he may well not be paying attention. A little skirmish in the middle here. A couple of sand skimmers going to pick off an LAV in mid. Looks like the sand skimmer tries to run, but he's actually not going to make it. Boom, the LAV here getting a kill. Very nicely done there. Now, the armored assault vehicles for A-Game ranks becoming more numerous, beginning to push back Car's forces here. You can see they are being forced back across the middle of the map. Also, some repairs needed. Here comes the support cruiser here, and that does have an AoE repair, which you can see now those blue beams are going to start fixing up all these units, but they are definitely in need of. Whoa, he needs to cluster them around the support cruiser. Smoke is going to be used here to shield the retreat here. Very nice, very textbook plays here from Karak, but I think sending out the support cruiser is turbo risky. Actually, I wonder if that was a miss rally, because now he's sending it back down here to be his second base, so I think possibly this was a miss rally.
Move order confirmed.
And look at the amount of field control that A-Gamer has right now. Okay, I mean, like, he's got wings of sand skimmers patrolling the right, he's got assault vehicles prowling the left. Look at his unit control right now. He's being active with so many forces. Sand skimmers being produced at quite a rate. Now, there's a good wall, a nice, tough defensive wall here of armored assaults, but nothing over here on the right. So these sand skimmers, let's zoom in here and we can see the raiding begin. These sand skimmers going to find a nice window here to raid down these salvagers. Boom, gets one salvager. And now they're going to focus their fire on the next one. And he should be able to get 2, even 3 salvagers here. So just the two before the armored assaults are able to show up and repulse that. Meanwhile, on the left, these armored assaults actually getting quite exposed. And the reason I say that 4 armored assaults is quite a prickly force. But there are 5 assault ships and a number of sand skimmers. So, you know, if A-Gamer wants to force the issue, he'll take some losses, but that's a fight he can take.
Move order confirmed.
The sand skimmer's going to look at this is beautiful Galzian play. He just falls back just before the coalition player gets in range. This is so nice. These assault ships going to come in, and we're going to have a bit of a spit roast established here once these assault ships come in from the rear. 3 on the front, 2 on the rear, and this group of armored assaults is now in severe jeopardy. 1 assault ship, by the way, parked over here, just providing recon information here for A-Game ranks. And you can see, just looking at this game, A-Game ranks, the player just doing more. Eyes in all the right places, making all the important moves. He's going to lose this assault ship if the coalition player wants to focus it, which he does. But now, look, interceptors are here. I believe they're called interceptors for the Galzian player. And they are going to start laying down the air-to-ground missiles on these exposed assault ships. Ba-da-doom. You can see the hits causing decent damage. These assault ships are going to come in and start cleaning them up. There's a railgun chipping in sniper slugs from over here in the top right. So this is very much a forlorn assault here for the coalition player Karak. He's going to lose a number of units, which he can ill afford to. Whoa, the Galzian carrier getting totally ballsy, actually, coming out across mid. Doesn't have a lot in the way of power yet. But, okay, he's actually going to get that caught out by a railgun here, which is a touch inconvenient. Well, this railgun wants to keep its distance, though.
Deploy one from the command carrier.
All of the armored assaults here. Karak loses all of his armored assaults. You can see the wreckage here. And now there's just a number of LAVs and a railgun harassing the Galzian carrier, but that is no great concern here for A-Gamer. He'll be fine with that.
Strike craft taking effective fire. Clear out. Hit it. Hostile armor incoming.
No forces for... Okay, no, sorry, I say that. A-Gamer has this 1 assault ship just kind of being annoying here. In fact, if he just pokes that in, it will be properly annoying. It's nearly in range, but...
Move out.
And, oh, he's going to get a railgun here, so A-Gamer going to pick up this railgun in mid. And I just think, like, A-Gamer's mining off of more bases. He has vastly more units. It's only the heavily defensive nature of this force which is keeping Karak in this game. But A-Gamer can just spend all the time he needs building up a bigger force. So I think right now, Karak needs to be building another support cruiser and get this 3rd base mining, and then like fan his forces defensively across all of these positions and try to get himself into the late game. Now, what he has done, he is constructing right now an assault cruiser, which is a reasonably fast, pretty devastating unit. But I mean, look, A-Gamer already has 4 railguns, not to mention the air support that he has. So I just can't see this this assault cruiser being an issue here when it comes out for Karak. The coalition player here, there is a sledgehammer very slowly swinging here, and he needs to deal with this. And he just doesn't have the resources and the mass he needs to get it. So I don't know. And oh no, no, you can't be taking this fight now. Karak cannot take this fight before his assault cruiser arrives. If he tries to take this fight without the assault cruiser, it is GG. Look at the amount of railguns. Pow! Just picking off these armored assaults. He's already lost 2. He needs to get out. Oh no, the missile batteries. These are expensive units, horribly exposed. They're going to start firing in the indirect fire, the mortar barrages. Oh, I got some great hits there on the railguns, actually. Ah, he takes out 2 of the railguns, 3 of the railguns. And now this is a close-range fight. It's a slugfest, and that is something that these heavily armored coalition units can actually do well against. You can basically ignore the sand skimmers for now. Here comes the assault cruiser, and just in the nick of time, it's going to start focusing down these railguns. These assaults are very tough units. They've actually bullied down all of the sand skimmers with their massive chain guns. They've bullied down most of the assault ships. Now the assault cruiser is here. Wow. Oh, wow. I think A-Gamer, like I did, thought he just had that fight, but he just fed all of his sand skimmers into these giant chain guns, and his railguns were far forward enough. His railguns should have been like back here on this sand dune. As it were, in this location, they can be hit by the mortars, they can get jumped on by a load of stuff. A-Gamer's going to extract an artifact, which is very nice, but he's kind of on the run a bit here. I feel like okay, no, chasing would have been a bad option. Okay, if I was Karak here with this army, I would have been tempted to chase the limping Galzian carrier, but then he would have got hit in the flank by a massive sniper team of railguns. They would have just totally knocked out that entire force, including the cruisers. That would have been very bad. But this Galzian carrier is still exposed. Is A-Gamer using this as bait? I think he's using this as bait. Oh, he's a tricky character as A-Gamer. He is using it as bait. Look, high ground advantage on all of these railguns. Boom! Just decimating the forces here. Yeah, he's like, oh, come for my carrier. Oh, it's all stricken and exposed. Oh, look at the damage on the high... Oh, that's a massacre. Oh, wow. That is pretty much game. Like, I think pretty much all of Karak's eggs were in this basket. Wow. Oh, A-Gamer taking such a convincing fight, and now the carrier turns around. Look at how many railguns he has here. Oh, man. And here's the thing. If the coalition player Karak comes in with a ton of aircraft, you know, A-Gamer has those interceptors, which were never shot down. They are just sitting in his carrier right now, ready to fly. Okay, so, okay, boom. Karak picks off one of the Galzian railguns, so that's nice. And he still has some units. Let's check the production queue here. He did build that next support cruiser, so he is ready to take his 3rd base. But look how late this is. He's been on 1.5, 2 base economy this whole time, whereas A-Gamer has been on 3 base. Look how many more red units there are. The Galzian army here is just massive. And the coalition forces are just going to get picked apart. Oh, the railguns are so brutal. Ah, Galzian railguns, remember, they are incredibly accurate and they have massive range. As being demonstrated here. Slamming into these poor armored chassis units. Boom, the missile battery getting taken out. This is like 5... Okay, so he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's got 9 armored chassis units and 5 LAVs against like... There's like a railgun for every armored unit he has. That is a horrible ratio. The Galzian carrier is getting pretty ballsy right now. A-Gamer has access to 6 blips of power, which right now he has in speed, weapons, and range, 2 each. So he's pushing in here with his carrier, no danger of overheating, and now he shifts down to 1 in each, 1 in repairs, and 3 in weapons. So the weapon systems on this carrier pretty spicy right now. Railguns will do heavy damage to a Galzian carrier, but he can sustain this damage for now. He's just trading so well with his railguns behind this. The actual battle forces here for the coalition player are very reduced now. How much power? Oh, only 2 blips of power available here for the coalition carrier. With this many railguns, that is not a fight that the coalition carrier can take, as A-Gamer secures yet another artifact behind this. I feel like A-Gamer, if he wanted to, could commit these sand skimmers. These sand skimmers are never going to do any good here. Too many armored assault vehicles, and the carrier is here. So he could actually just send these guys all the way, just pop through here and harass this. So that would be an option. Although, you know, it's not exactly necessary. Here comes another assault cruiser. So that's got a good amount of range, but I mean, this is a lot of railguns, and we saw what happened to the last one. It's already beginning to feel the sting of those railguns at long range. The railguns can fan out over here and just shoot across this wide open area. You can see the line of sight here, uninterrupted across this open area. So this assault cruiser actually going to have to fall back. This carrier also actually has to move because these railguns just have line of sight over all of this area here. The Galzian carrier in a fantastic position. Oh, a forlorn charge of the armored assaults, but the carrier can just kite back. There are railguns everywhere. That is a brutal massacre there. Coalition forces getting decimated, and it looks like, barring something spectacular, as A-Gamer still evacuating artifacts behind this, he's coming in with just all kinds of units here. And it looks like we've got a 2-0 here in semi-finals A. Week 2 of the Homeworld Deserts of Karak ESL. And it looks like A-Gamer, a player who has always been involved from the earliest stages of the beta in Homeworld Deserts of Karak. He's always been playing this game, always on the ladder. I've cast him more than any other player, and it looks like he is just doing A-Gamer things here, just being absolutely resurgent. I mean, this is horribly difficult to deal with. And I think from this position, it's basically over. Here comes that backstab of Sandskimmers that I was talking about earlier. So they're going to come in here and start knocking out salvagers just in case the game wasn't over enough. So let's count the number of ways that A-Gamer is winning right now. He's winning because he has an economical landslide, which he's guaranteeing by backstabbing his opponent's economy. He's winning because he's got an unstoppable push here, which cannot be stopped by the Coalition player. He's also winning because he's evacuating all of the artifacts and is shortly going to force GG that way. So this game is absolutely unwinnable, I feel, for the Coalition player. Fair play to Karak for sticking in the game, and I do think he put up a spirited fight, but he was just a little slower. Didn't quite read the tactics of A-Gamer in this game. A-Gamer just went early macro. Whoa, massive losses though. A lot of the railguns being taken out by being too clustered there by the assault cruiser before it goes down, but it's still not enough. Even killing like 1, 2, 3, 4, even killing 6 railguns is just not enough to turn this around. The Galzian carrier just has so much more power available. Look at the power in these systems compared to the Coalition carrier. So it can just bully the Coalition carrier down in this fight. You can see Karak's carrier now down at 20% health. Those railguns really hooning in as another artifact is secured. And a strategic bomber coming in for the final bombing run. Boom. And that is going to be GG. Well played to A-Gamer Ranks. That was a very convincing 2-0. And it looks like A-Gamer Ranks is going to be moving on to the finals in this, the second weekly ESL Homeworld Deserts of Karak tournament. So exciting times. We'll catch him in the finals, and I will move on to cast semi-finals B, which you can find on the channel very shortly. So stay cool, and I will catch you soon.